Today, we have gathered to rejoice, to celebrate the return of an old companion, a friend who has accompanied us through our arduous journey, protecting, shielding us from the cold, cruel dangers of reality, thought to have been long forgotten and lost to the void, neglected by its creators, never to be seen again. But finally, after all this time, 558 days later, they have returned. Ladies, gentlemen, and all of you beyond the binary, please welcome our newest Pathstrider of the Preservation. And with that, too, a familiar face who has been by our side since the very beginning. A man who has borne many identities throughout his long life. Dan Heng, Imbibiter Lunae, Xianzhou's best bred bottom, and our newest addition, Permansor Terrae. Did I pronounce that name correctly? Probably not. Also, I put more effort into this intro than I did in like half of my channel, and Dan Heng's not even my favorite character. Anyway, oh my goodness. It has been about 1.5 years, but finally, the preservation lives on after all. And surely, if they can revive a whole new path, that means they can also eventually revive the existence of 4-stars, right? Surely. But anyway, that's not gonna be this patch, because this patch we have 2 more 5-stars, because of course we do. And number 1, well, he wasn't the first one, but we're gonna talk about him first, is Dan Heng. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that again. Our first character as well to have 2 5-star versions of himself in this game. Truly the dev's favorite child, and we love it. Now, couple things right off the bat before we get into like reading the post description and everything. Number 1, once more, preservation, but not just preservation, physical preservation. Now, we have a lot of male physical characters, but in this case specifically, I don't mind it much just because it's our first one. We literally have no physical preservation. I think the only elements we are missing now are wind and lightning. So yeah, only 2 missing. Next up, I have seen a lot of opinions about this design. I've seen a lot of people go either way on this. Some like it, some don't, some think it's really friggin' lazy. Personally, I actually quite like it. I think this might even be my favorite Dan Heng design so far, and I say so far because at this point, who knows how many more this guy's gonna get. I like that it's basically a combination of his 4-star and 5-star outfit, and people have pointed out that that could be very much on purpose. One new outfit, one appearance to basically combine his past and present, which personally I quite like. But, you know, I've seen people say that it's very lazy and too simple, and not really vibe with it, and you know, to each their own. Personally, I like it, and also big tail. Big tail. So, yes. And I also like the new golden dragon we get with it. You know, we had a blue dragon, now we get a golden dragon. This splash art is also very beautiful. I like the golden burst, the golden dragon, the... Ooh, is that like his spear slashing, or I guess splitting a maple leaf? I like that. Also, I feel like at some point I should just try to learn this language myself, but if anyone knows what this up here means, what the translation of this line up here, please let me know in the comments, because I would be very, very interested to know. And now, let's see what they gave us along with this beautiful design. Emphoria's Saga of Heroes, Dan Heng. Yes. As you can see, that transformation was brought about by the power of the permanence. Though you may have many questions, I'd like to reintroduce myself before I answer them. I am the guard of the Astral Express, your companion, Dan Heng the Nameless. Ah! Soaring Dragon Without Restraint. Soaring Dragon Without Restraint. The chest of Georios and the body of walking dragon shoulder the shattered earth, enduring 1,000 years of suffering. Nameless Danhang, Chryso's heir who guards the earth's core flame. You must steady the world as it falls and guide all life across the land to a new home beyond. All rivers flow to the sea, mountains echo in chorus, the path of permanence shall stretch beyond horizons. Affiliated city, beyond the sky, obviously, and divine authority, pillar of stone, Georios. Question mark. Now, I have seen I have seen people point something out. When I reacted to the trailer that they showcased in the latest 3.5 stream, that's the one, which later then I realized was not the trailer for 3.5 specifically, but just the entire second half of Emphoria is most likely. There was one scene in the trailer that when I reacted to it and when I when we broke it down later on, I didn't quite catch on to. I didn't quite pick up on the true meaning behind it. And now, reading this, and seeing other people point it out, I am in pain because enduring 1,000 years of suffering. And if you recall this tiny little scene of Danhang sitting somewhere on a rock, his weapon in the front with the vines slowly climbing up, and I didn't realize that this was basically showing us, time passing really fast, hence why the vines are climbing up so fast and it switches from light to dark so quickly. And Danhang just sitting here waiting. Has this man been waiting for us for 1,000 fucking years? Because my goodness, that makes me sad, but also, oh. So, that was a fun thing that I only put together very recently. So that's fun. But anyway, our new demigod of Earth, I think he looks beautiful. I love him. And I may be very screwed. Because, of course, it's not just him that we are going to be getting in 3.6. We also have another character that has been drip marketed the day prior, who I knew they were coming, but I didn't expect them to appear as they did. And that is our dearly beloved March 7th, or as she is called now, or as she is called in this version appearance, Evernight. Now, listen. This is no real surprise. We all knew 5-star March was going to happen eventually. We all predicted it was going to happen at some point in Amphorius. Personally, I assumed that 5-star March, whenever she came around, would be something brighter. That, her outfit, her design would be more light, more princess adjacent, more elegant or majestic or whimsical. I did not expect this. And the thing that I hate the most about this design is how much I freaking love it. Listen, I like Marta's character, but I was fairly convinced that I was not gonna pull for her. Because I like her, but I don't like her that much. And I told myself that after 3.4, I needed to lock in and start saving for future characters that were going to come around at some point. And now, we have Danhang, and we have this March. We have black and red, very much insane, unhinged looking goth March. We have Dark March. We have October 31st. And to those of you who don't know, my type in fictional women is much more narrow than it is for fictional men. For fictional men, most of the time, anything goes almost. I have, my preferences, but they're much broader. For fictional female characters, it's a little different. There I have more specific tastes. I like the very gentle, soft, kind of silly types, like Robin or Nilo, or the sisterly types like Serval, or Siobhan, you know, like sisterly, motherly, something of the sort. And I love the unhinged ones. Not unhinged in a more like whimsical way, like Sparkle, who is very crazy but still somewhat like composed in a weird way, you know, like she has something more like bubbly, whimsical going on. No. I want the ones that are just straight up crazy. I want the ones that are more violent, more aggressive, that are loud, that are just off the rails. And from the snippets that we've seen in the trailer, I am scared that this one might be kind of up my alley. And I don't want that because I don't want to be pulling. I think I can at least try to get her on my alt account, which I'm probably not going to be able to do because I'm already pulling for 2 characters in 3.5, and I'm probably not going to even get them. I might get High Sealants or Kafka if I'm lucky. But but anyway, she looks beautiful. I've also seen some people not too happy about March's design, which personally, Dan Heng is one thing. This one, I think she looks absolutely stunning. I think we need more characters that have this kind of aesthetic. We don't have enough characters. We barely have any characters that have this like darker, like more like goth kind of aesthetic going on. But on the other hand, I also don't want that because that means I'm probably going to be pulling more. So you know what? Maybe I'll take it back. But also, I have seen so many theories about March float about recently regarding, you know, her true identity and her path and her bigger role in Amphorius. And dude, I have seen like 5 different theories by now of what path March could truly be following. I have seen the Remembrance, obviously, and we know she is Ice Remembrance, so that's at least one of them. I have seen speculations about the Enigmata, the Veracity based on this outfit and her literally eating up Amphorius in that trailer. I have seen a little bit of speculation about the Elation possibly even, and you know, she joked in the main story that, oh, maybe I walked onto the path of Elation somehow. And now she's standing in front of a mirror, which is like, if we really want to go into the nitty gritty of it, mirrors, beauty, that's also a thing. So, dear God. Now, number 1, I think this art, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, stunning. Number 2, for this one, I actually have seen a translation of the sentence up there. This sentence apparently translates to, "We were never apart." Is this referring to maybe March and her, quote, her true self, her other side, her real identity? Is this referring to her and someone else? Maybe the Trailblazer, maybe the Astral Express in some way, shape, or form? Curious. And also, can we see those pictures? They're very pixelated. I can't quite tell what I'm seeing here. But the fact that we have like a whole picture book here as well, this kind of looks like Hyacinth a little bit, but I don't think it is. I don't know who that is. I don't know what even exactly I'm looking at right now. But anyway, let's read. The 3rd month of Amphorius is the month reserved for the Veil of Evernight. So Evernight, the 3rd month, she will always be changed to month 3. Then let us call this incarnation the shadow of her, Evernight. Mysterious foreign guest Evernight. In the secluded memory zone, candlelight casts echoes of the past, softly fading away in the mist. Evernight, child of remembrance born from the shadow, Chrysos heir who conceals the core flame of time, you shall stir the tide of oblivion, guiding the wish of the mirrored soul. Don't worry, I'll watch over your path of trailblaze no matter the cost. And that's a B. Is that a B? B as in like the music symbol. Affiliated city beyond the sky as well. Divine authority, Veil of Evernight, Orynyx. So that reminds me, another theory I've also seen floating around is that March might actually be a cremator. Did I say that word? Because we do they mentioned they mentioned one of those in the 3.0 live stream in connection with Henekone, in connection with the 3.8 quest, but it could be. Also, I only now noticed that there are candles around or in her art, but there's only one lit up candle that's elevated next to the mirror. Actually, can we see? Can we look into the mirror a bit more? I mean, we can see the jellyfish that are white here and that are red in the mirror. And it was like that in the trailer too, I think, where at some point the jellyfish were red, but I think later on when she was with us, they were back to white, or they turned white or whatever. So, God, I fucking love her outfit so much. This is so unfair. Yeah, but also conceal the core flame of time. You shall stir the tide of oblivion, guiding the wish of the mirrored soul. Who is the mirrored soul? Is it also her, maybe? Is it her / I don't fucking know, Cyrene, Elysia, Mem, whoever? But very fascinating. Very fascinating. Now, we do have one more. They did say in I forgot which exact live stream, somewhere in one of the recent live streams, that we were going to get one more free 5-star character before 3.x ends. At least give me one of these two for free. Actually, I would prefer Dan Heng. Because that means I can try to pull for March on my alt account, and I can keep saving on my main account. That would actually be lovely. So Dan Heng, please. But anyway, yeah, that was the drip marketing for 3.6. I fear for my sanity and my currency. But let me know what you guys think of these two. Are you pulling? If yes, for who? Are you not pulling? Are you saving for someone in the future? If so, who are you saving for? Unless it's leaks, in which case, kindly shut it. And yeah, that was it. Please help.